Hello everybody, Nicky G here. Super quick class, like 35 minute Vinyasa. Pretty punchy. Let's get into it. Nice, easy, comfy seat to begin with. Cross-legged or kneeling. Shut down the eyes. We'll just take a moment to coordinate our breath initially here. So go ahead, take a nice long, deep breath in. Gentle, releasing breath out. Relax the shoulders and the jaw. Eyes, tongue, lips. Trying to just create a little bedrock of stability here, a little composure. Attention towards your own body, centralizing your attention inwardly. Noticing your state of being, just awareness around yourself for a moment. And then notice the feeling of your breath at your nostrils. And start to take that breath down towards your belly. Start to breathe deeper, more fully, more slow on the exhale. Just as a point of reference, start to breathe in for 6 seconds and breathe out for 6 seconds. We'll just do that a few times. Get that sort of length and duration into the breath. Now after your next exhalation, discontinue the count of the breath, but maintain that general rhythm. And just add a little extra softness, a little more gentleness to it. As if the breath is just getting a little quieter, a little more delicate. I want to carry that sort of feel of the breath into even the most strenuous of postures, even the most strong postures. The ones that challenge you the most, really try and bring that sort of coordinated breath into it, one that has that element of softness in it. There's an intention behind it. There's a purpose that you're taking into the posture through the breath to keep this level of composure regardless of the level of intensity that's coming via the posture. So keep your breath rolling. Blink open your eyes, raise the arms. Exhale, twist over to your right arm into a half bind, left hand to your thigh. Catch a hold and lift the base of the spine, turning back the right shoulder for just one more breath here. Inhale, arms raise up. Exhale, twist into the other side. Half bind with the right hand on the thigh again. The left shoulder tilts back, lower back elevates. One more breath here. And then back through to center, hands on the ground, roll over the knees and come straight into cat-cow. So onto all fours, tabletop position, hands and knees. Just a few rounds doing this. So any additional adaptable kind of movements are welcome, but take an inhale, press the belly down. And an exhale to really arch and round up through your spine. And you carry on now, one breath to one movement. Inhales dip, exhales arch. Feel free to turn the wrists around. You move your hips or ribs around a little bit more. Whatever's going to feel best there. Just open up the spine, move the spine, get a little bit of awareness through the spine as well. You just take a breath or two more. Now a little bit tricky with this next bit. So tabletop position, raise your left knee up off the ground, step it or slide it over the back and outside of your right one, and then slide that left leg back. So it ends up looking a bit like pigeon, half pigeon, but don't stay still here. Move a little side to side, left to right. You can come forward, you can go to the left a bit more. You know, just get into the hip a little bit there, get awareness around it through the movement, sensation. Just a breath or two more. No real wrong answer there. And back up into tabletop position. Right knee lifts up. Step it over the outside of the left one and then slide the leg back. A little pigeon action, or kind of this dynamic pigeon. Just feeling it out for a moment or two more. Again, explore, don't stay still. Get into it a little here. Breath keeps rolling. And one more breath. Cool. Back into tabletop position. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. A little bit of movement there as well. Pedal out, sway the hips, shrug the shoulders, just feel it out. Notice how the hamstrings are doing, the back of the legs, lower back, shoulders. Again, each posture bringing emphasis in different areas, and it's up for your awareness to take note, build that awareness, build that knowledge of your body. We just take one more big breath here and moving straight into rolling plank. So inhale, high plank, shoulders above the wrists, arching through the upper back, and then sliding the hips up and back into downward facing dog. You do that 2 or 3 more times. High plank, arching, rounding, angry cat, little slide of the knees back and up into down dog, and we keep on going. High plank, back to down dog, and good. This time high plank, come forward, shoulders above wrists. Pause there for a moment, and right knee taps right elbow, squeeze it in. Step the foot back, and left knee, left elbow. Step it back. Drop your knees, lower all the way down until you're flat. Hands come off the side of the mat here to roll through cobra. Point your toes first, nice and firm. Inhale, chest lifts up. Exhale, takes your chest back down. Now, you carry on. Keep on going with your own breath. Inhales, lift the chest. Exhales, take it back down. Now, really try and point your toes quite firmly here. Tighten up your thighs so the kneecaps are just about off the ground. Maybe 1 or 2 more rounds wherever you're at. Lift and lower, lift and lower. And as the chest comes down, send your butt back to your heels, child's pose. Coming straight up into downward facing dog from there. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. As you arrive, take a nice easy walk to the top of your mat. Feet to about hip width apart and halfway lift to lengthen, flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to stand all the way up. Reach up and stretch up, nice and big. Now, keep the arms up at the top, lift the heels up off the ground, little toe stand here. Keep your balance, belly and butt squeeze, and then interlace your hands behind your lower back. Keep the heels lifted for a moment. Catch a hold, roll back the shoulders, heels lift up. One more breath there. And then plant the heels, fold forward, fist lifts up and over the head. A little relax through the neck for maybe just a breath or 2 more. Hands on the ground, halfway lift to lengthen. Step back to plank position. We come straight through a Vinyasa flow. So half plank chaturanga, bend at your elbows, lower in. Ooh, inhale, up dog, pull the chest through the arms. And the exhale finds downward facing dog, hips up and back. And we move straight through one more round of sun cell here. So heels up, knees bend, look to the front, walk, step or jump, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale at the top. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to stand all the way up, reach up and stretch up nice and big. And then exhale to fold straight back down for one more flow. So inhale, halfway lift. Step back, plank. Down into chaturanga, bend at your elbows, hug them in. Inhale, up dog, pull the chest through. And then exhale, downward facing, hips up and back. 1 or 2 more breaths in dog now. Lifting the hips, sinking the heels nice and gently into the floor. And again, to the top of the mat, heels up, knees bent, walk, step or jump, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach and stretch up. It's going to change. Reach up nice and high. Exhale, fold in, nice and deep. Now, halfway lift, inhale. Step your left leg back, runner's lunge. Puff the chest forward on fingertips. Now, in this shape, raise the right hand up. Simple twist, very basic, simple movement here. Go ahead and drop the back knee down and the right hand down to the floor. 2 more times like that. Right hand, back knee, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up. Hand and knee. Exhale, lower down. This time, lift up and hold, simple twist. Simply place the right hand down, runner's lunge once again. Puff the chest forward, fingertips. Exhale to straighten through the front leg, pyramid pose. And we do that 2 more times. Inhale, lunge, puff the chest forward. This time as you fold, lift the front ball of the foot up, pulling the toes up. Inhale, lunge, puff the chest forward. Exhale, fold, lift the front foot up. This time lunge and back knee drops down. Chest and arms raise up, low lunge. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back, take a twist, so an open twist to your left. In the shape, left hand down the back of the thigh, right hand up, reach up, 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 up. We take 2 or 3 more breaths. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, straighten through the front leg, half Hanuman, fold forward here, toes lift up on the front foot. Not long here, just 2 or 3 more breaths. So relax your jaw, relax your neck. Take just 1 more big breath now. Inhale, lunge into the front knee. Simple twist once again. Right hand raises up, back knee lifts up. Now, do your best to get back into side plank. Right leg steps back on top of the left one. Lift the hips as you get there, little rainbow shape. Hold, breathe, stay here. 1 more big breath. Gentle transition here. Right forearm comes down to the ground. Switching this onto forearm side plank the other side. So left hand comes up, take your time with that part. Hold here, option to stay here or wild thing on the forearm. Stepping the left foot outside the mat, turning the hips, raising the chest for 1 more big breath here. And left hand on the floor, climbing your way back up into full plank. So 2 feet to the ground, right palm to the ground, and into half plank chaturanga. Bend at your elbows. Inhale, lift the chest through, upward facing. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Good God. Breath or 2 more here in down dog. And heels up, knees bend. Look to the front, walks up or jump top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, stand tall. Reach up, stretch up nice and big. Exhale to fold all the way back down. Half lift, inhale. Right leg steps back and simple twist, left hand raises up. Now back leg stays elevated, strong and stiff through the knee. Just a breath or 2 more here. And then back knee down, left hand down, lower in. 2 to go. Inhale, lift the hand and knee up. Exhale, lower down. So as you lift the back knee now, straighten the leg as much as you can and lower back down. Now, this time, inhale, raise both back up, left hand and knee. Nothing more than the hand comes back down. Puff the chest forward, runner's lunge, fingertips. Exhale to straighten through your front leg, pyramid. 2 more. Inhale, lunge. As you fold, lift the front ball of the foot up. Inhale, lunge. Exhale to fold. This time, inhale, lunge and pause. Drop the back knee down, chest and arms raise up. Now, before we go any deeper into this lunge, squeeze your left, by left I mean right butt cheek nice and firm, the glute, and then left hand forward, right hand back. So an open twist. Slide the right hand down the back of the knee or the thigh. Hand, the left hand raises up. Back of the heart lifts up. Keep squeezing the right butt cheek here. Take 2 or 3 more gentle breaths. Keep the chest lifting. And hands to the ground, straighten through the front leg, half Hanuman. Settle in, might have to move the front heel forward and soften the shoulders, the neck. Just 2 more breaths here. Pinky toe side of the foot pulls up especially here. And 1 more, big breath now. Inhale, lunge into the front knee, simple twist. So left hand raises up once again, and as you can, side plank. So left leg steps back on top of the right one, nice and slow. Hips lift as you get there. Breath or 2 more here. And super slow transition. Left forearm comes down. Take your time to get there. Heels click over to the other side, and then right hand comes up. Maybe it's wild thing, otherwise just stay. Right foot outside the mat, turn the hips, lift the chest. Breath or two more there. And climb your way up into plank now. So right hand on the floor, 2 feet to the floor, left palm comes back, and here we go. Half plank, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog, hips up and back. Breath or two more there in dog. Inhale, right leg raises up. Put a bend into the knee and peel the hip open, nice and tight. And exhale to fall in triangle. Right knee to left elbow. Kick the leg out to the left side of the mat. Back heel comes down. Left hand raises. Turn the chest back a little. We take a breath or two more. And left hand down, right leg up and out, three-legged. Nice little kick up towards the ceiling for an extra breath. And step through pyramid pose. Straighten through your front leg, fold forward, just as we did before. Lift the front ball of the foot and sink into the back heel here. A little bit of softness coming to the neck, shoulders, jaw, and introducing that level of softness back into it. Tight through the back thigh. 1 or 2 more now. And up into Crescent Lunge. Chest and arms raise up. Reach up, stretch up, and keep the back legs nice and firm here. Butt on, thigh on, back heel lifted. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. That open twist. Keep the back heel lifted, and then stand all the way up. Straight legs, straight arms. Twist the other way. Lunge back in, left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, standing up. Exhale, twisting left. Meant to be a little wobbly, a little bouncy here. Inhale, coming up. This is the last one. Exhale, go to the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. Flip your front palm, reach up and back. And as you bow forward, hook your left elbow around the front knee. Hands come together. Pressing firmly into the prayer. Back leg stiff and straight now. Just 2 more breaths in this shape. Hands on the ground. 3 breath hold in standing splits, not long. Back leg up, stiff and strong. Doesn't matter how high it's lifted, just go for straight. Take 2 more nice long breaths. And warrior 2. Step back, open the arms, straighten through your front leg, reach as far forward as you can, triangle, right hand down, left hand up. Little turn back of the chest here. 2 or 3 more big breaths. Inhale, chest lifts up, front palm flips to the ceiling, up and back. Back into warrior 2 for humble warrior. Interlace the hands behind the lower back. Heel toe the front foot out, create some space. Back toes turn in, chest lifts up. And an exhale to bow deeply forward here. Again, 3 to 4 breaths, not terribly long, but let the head come right down here. Stay with it, back leg still stays firm. 1 more big breath. And hands on the ground, step up to a squat. Left foot outside your left hand. Sit your butt down nice and heavy, chest up, hands to prayer. Breath or 2 more here. Hands on the ground. Now step your right leg back. Right leg steps back. Left hand raises up directly into wild thing. Left foot steps back, up and over the right leg, outside the mat. Turn the hips, lift the chest. Just 2 big breaths. 1 more. And do your very best to step your left foot directly to the top of the mat. Runner's lunge. Look forward. And in 1 action here, see if you can stand up and squeeze your right knee in towards your chest. Straight up and in. Arrive in there. Figure 4. Right ankle on the left knee. Sit your butt nice and low now. This might be enough, right? A little bit of pressure of elbows onto the shin. Maybe interlace behind the lower back. Or flying pigeon if it's there for you. I won't go through it here, but if it's there for you, go for it. This is enough though. Sinking the hips a little here. 2 or 3 more Big breaths wherever you're at. Hands to prayer. Take your time to stand up. Right knee to the chest, pull it up, pull it in. And set the foot down. Raise the arms up nice and slow. Exhale to fold in, all the way down. Hands on the ground. Now, crow through flow is absolutely more than welcome. Or please, halfway lift, inhale. Step or jump back into chaturanga, half plank. Bend at the elbows, pull the chest through, up dog. And the exhale to downward facing. And just one more breath in dog now, that's all. Inhale, left leg raises up. And exhale to fall in triangle. Left knee, right elbow. Kick it out to the right side of the mat. Right hand raises, back heel comes down. 2 more breaths there. Right hand down. Left leg up and out, 3-legged. To gently step through into pyramid pose. So foot in between the hands, straighten through the front leg. Settle down into the back heel, and then lift the front ball of the foot up here. 3 to 4 more gentle, soothing breaths. Here we go, crescent lunge, chest and arms raise up. So in this shape, as we're moving dynamically, we really want to keep that back leg secure. So butt on, thigh on, back foot pressing down hard. Now arms up. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back, twist. Stand all the way up, straight legs, straight arms. Exhale, turn to your left as you lunge back in. Inhale, standing up. Exhale, go right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, go left and pause. Flip your front palm, reach up and back, reverse. And then bow forward and hook your right elbow around the front knee. Back leg straightens. Pressing down into the prayer, rolling back the top shoulder. Couple more settled breaths here. Keep twisting, keep the back leg strong. One more big breath. Hands on the ground, look forward, standing splits, short hold here, back leg up, activate the glute, so kick strong, knees straight, and then let the head come down. Let the forward fold aspect be emphasized here. Big breath in. Step back, warrior 2. Open the arms, straighten through the front leg, reach as far forward as you can. Left hand down, right hand up, Trikonasana. Little tilt back on the top shoulder there. Staying with breath, belly in, back leg strong, thigh on, butt engaged. One more big breath here now. Inhale, chest lifts up, flip the front palm, up and back, reverse. Back into Vira 2, warrior 2, bend into the front knee. Interlace hands behind the lower back. Roll back the shoulders, got to make a little bit of space. Front foot out to the edge, back toes turn in, chest up, and then bow forward deeply here. Humble, fist lift right up. Short hold though, make it count. Long breaths. 1 or 2 more. Hands on the ground gently, up to a squat. Right foot outside your right hand, sit your butt down, hands to prayer. 2 or 3 breaths there, chest up. All right, so hands on the ground, left leg steps back, nice and slow. Left leg steps back, right hand raises up, simple twist, and then see if you can get straight into wild thing. So right foot, front foot steps back, up and over the left, outside the mat. Turn the hips, lift the chest, roll back, breath or 2 more. One big step, top of the mat, right foot coming up, runner's lunge, puff the chest forward. So look forward and see if you can do it in one movement, but left knee to the chest, stand up. Find your balance and hands to prayer, figure 4, left ankle, right knee, sit your butt down. So elbows coming onto the shin is more than enough. Tight ankle though, you want to pull your left toes up towards the knee. Maybe you're interlacing behind the lower back, maybe you're going for the arm balance, Galavasana. but maybe 2 or 3 more deep breaths here now, sitting low into it. Here we go. Standing up, hands to prayer if they're not already. Left knee to the chest, raise the arms up here. Big breath in, squeezing the leg, and then foot down, fold forward, all the way in. Crow through flow is welcome. Otherwise, please, halfway lift, lengthen. Step back, plank position. Lowering into chaturanga. Pull the chest through, up dog. And the exhale finds downward facing dog. As soon as you're there, straight back to our squat. So heels up, knees bend, walk, step or jump outside of your hands. And from there, just a little tricky, hands walk behind you, plonk your butt down and take the legs out nice and wide. Just about as wide as a mat. Might turn to the side of the mat like I am, but scooch the butt forward a little bit. Some of us might have to sit on something, might be a pillow or something like that, but really try and lift the belly here and pull the belly, or push the belly forward rather, in between the legs. When you can't go any further with that, then soften out. Hands can walk. Doesn't matter how far. Try and keep the toes lifted. Let the breath carry you in. If you are going to be folding forward quite deeply, try not to let the feet roll in. Keep them vertically lifted, toes pulling back. A little bit of tension through the thighs too. Stay with breath here. Soft jaw. Two more big breaths now. Inhale, chest lifts up. Go ahead and bring the feet to about hip width apart, right on the floor. Hands just behind the lower back for a reverse tabletop here. So fingers face forward. Roll back the shoulders first, and then scoop the butt up, squeezing at the butt. Yet suck the belly back towards the spine here. Shoulders roll back. Maybe 2 or 3 more big breaths here. And release. Hips coming down. So coming towards Gomukhasana now. Left leg on the bottom, bending the knee, heel coming back towards the right hip, crossing the right leg over the top, stacking the knees as best as you can, settling both sitting bones down, especially the right one here sitting down. Now, if you're like me, you might want to grab onto the feet so they're not moving forward as you fold forward. But then as soon as you're ready, any amount of bow. So some of us, it's just the head, maybe the chest is coming forward. Welcome to work with the full bind and things like that. But again, more of a shift of mood as you're getting into such pretty tender little areas, pretty bound up little areas of the body. Certainly try and make an impact on that space through the breath. But you're also watching the quality of your attention. You're noticing that you're not engaging too much in intensity. Giving your energies towards some form of nourishing the body here. Shoulders soft, jaw soft. Just 3 more. Deep abdominal breaths here. Take it down. Inhale, chest lifts up. Top leg kicks out to the right, right leg out to the right. Stargazer quickly. Left hand just behind the hip. Lift the hips and rock up onto the shin. Now just one big breath here, opening the hips. And lower on out. And straight into the other side of Gomukhasana. So right heel coming back towards the left hip on the bottom. Just make sure you're switching up whichever leg's on top. Little smoosh of the knees. Again, both sitting bones down and comfy. Hey, and for some of us, it might be a bit more like that figure 4, the ankle on the knee, and that's cool too. Maybe something underneath the knee, block or something similar. Big can might work. But chest lifts whenever you're ready, and then folding in any amount. Again, just trying to shift mood in the posture more than anything. Regardless of your level of depth, I'm sure it's quite a strong position for a lot of us. So you might feel, rather than trying to push as much as you can into it, body's just probably just going to fight you back in that sense. Trying to create a shift of mood. Body wants to release by itself. Try and use the breath in a gradual sense, creating more ease bit by bit, breath by breath. Shoulders softening as much as you can. Just 2 more here. Next inhale, chest lifts up. Left leg kicks out to the left, right hand just behind the hip. Stargazer up and back. Roll back the shoulders. Big breath in here. And plonk your butt down. And gently from there, rolling straight down onto your back. As soon as you arrive onto your back, we're going to finish off the practice however we possibly can. So starting maybe just with happy baby. And if there's anything else you want to do before Shavasana, now's the time. I'll leave that sort of up to you. Quite an express version. So move into something that feels appropriate. A few suggestions, maybe bridge or wheel, feet on the ground, hips up. Maybe hands next to the ears. Maybe legs up for a little while if you'd like to. Or coming towards this eagle wrap with me now. Right leg over the left, legs off to the left into the twist. Right shoulder peeling open. Couple of breaths there. And inhale back up through center. Left leg wraps the right one. Legs down to the right. Twist. Inhale, back up through center, unwrap the legs, hug the knees to the chest, or find happy baby for another moment here. And from there, coming down towards Shavasana, laying flat, laying down. And once you're there, flat on your back, take a nice long breath in, very gentle releasing breath out. Now, I'll guide you in and out of a kind of a short Shavasana. But you might want to take a longer one at home and just sort of let the video run out and just stay chilled out, lying flat on the ground. So take a nice, long, deep breath in, gentle, releasing breath out. Really feel the density of the body, feel the weight of it, the heaviness of it. Feel the ground beneath you, and seemingly let the body just kind of dissolve into the ground. Pay attention to relaxation here. Let yourself be at ease for the next couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and take a nice, long, very deep breath in. Gentle, releasing breath out. And if you're ready to move, go ahead and start. Wriggle fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Have a big stretch at some point and then come back up to a seated position, eyes closed. And once you arrive in that seated position, we bring the hands to prayer at heart center. We give a moment of gratitude, a moment of thanks. Recognize how impactful the practice is, as short or as long as a practice might be. Recognize that any practice is beneficial practice. And in light of that, we humbly bow the head and say to each other, Namaste. Yeah. Nice to see you, and keep at it. Much love to you. I'll see you next time.